I'm Kevin Bertotti. I'm creator of 100 Songs in 100 Days. I grew up in Hoboken, New Jersey. Lived on the East Coast most of my life. I've lived other places, down south, around a little bit and stuff like that, but mainly here, and yeah, that's it. Well, the log line of it is the people, tools, and techniques producing music, but the more I get into it, I mean, really the premise of the show is I'm taking a catalog of 100 songs that I've written over the years and producing one of those songs with different people over the course of 100 days. And within 100 days, going to get 100 songs produced one way, shape, or form or another, either in like home studio or in big fancy, multi-track, multi-million dollar, recording studios, and everything in between, and capture the experiences of working with different people to actually make that happen. There are a couple of different things. One was, well, really, the more that I've been asked this question, the more I thought about it. It's really the unification of, I've always been a visual artist, and I've always been an auditory, musical artist, and so I've always written songs, and I've always made art of some sort. I ran a sculpture studio for a long time, and I made different types of visual art and sculpture pieces and everything. And this is sort of like the unification of those two worlds. Like, you have the visual and you have the musical, and this is bringing those together. And I had the songs, and I had been kind of like doing my my tactile and visual art had been moving down the road of sculpture, and then crossed over into video and multimedia and so forth. And so that then came together with the video and the audio thing, and me doing post-production work and yada 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 and all that kind of stuff. And so that's how that all came together. And just as I was trying to figure how I would get my mind around like doing a reality show, I had been working with someone else, kind of developing a reality show project, and also figuring how I was going to produce a whole bunch of the catalog of songs that I had. My lady friend Hillary was involved in something called 365 Plays in 365 Days. And even, I didn't even realize, at the time that perhaps had an effect on my formulating the idea of, 100 songs in 100 days, until after I'd come up with the concept, and then I was thinking back on it, I was like, that may have had an impact on me, So it was that. Writer, performer, I've played music, live in front of people in a variety of different capacities and so forth, but really that's not been the mainstay of my experience. The mainstay of my experience has been away in a room someplace by myself, either writing or creating artwork of some form or another, setting shit on fire, or inventing something, or writing, all very solitary pursuits for about as long as I can remember. And so that's another thing about this, is that this is sort of like taking me out of isolation and kind of having me interact with a lot of different people. I don't know about the end of it exactly, but I want to do this. I want to set up some sort of. It would be nice to have some sort of form of distribution for cutting the whole piece together and getting it out so that people could view it. But my mind already goes to the next thing, and the next thing I would like to do is do a co-writing thing where I would kind of go all over the world and write songs with a whole bunch of different people. That's kind of what I would like to do for the next 100 songs in 100 days. Is I'd like to write music with a whole variety of different people all over the world. And then there are other ideas of other types of art and creation processes that you could get into in a collaborative sense with a variety of different people all over the world, where you just show up someplace and you invent stuff with people. To me, that would be a way to live, beyond just a show or, you know, a thing. I mean, I think that would be an enjoyable way to live for, you know, a period of time. You just show up someplace and you make great things happen. I mean, that seems like a philosophy of life, you know, more so than a show or something like that. You know. Yeah, one thing has been trying to more and more follow that instinct thing as opposed to following logic, really. And it's tough because there's certain things that, you know, you have to follow logic so that you don't get crushed by the wheels of regular life. And so there's this balance of like doing the intelligent thing while really serving the inspiration, muse, or whatever you want to call it. You know, everybody kind of runs on a gut instinct, whether they admit to it or not, but the more that you tune into what your instinct is telling you, and you learn to trust it and work with it, the more, you know, the machine of you runs better. The more you run on that fuel.
Okay. Thank you.